The Treehouse of Horror specials consists of 3 spooky segments, each more entertaining than the last, which is why I will be showing you one of my favorites, Treehouse of Horror 4, The Devil and Homer Simpson. Homer dreams of being a fashion reporter at a donut modeling show, but then finds out that all the donuts have been eaten by his work colleagues. In a moment of desperation, he sells his soul to the devil, who surprisingly turns out to be Ned Flanders. Homer realizes that if he doesn't finish the donut, the contract will be voided, but then the devil warns Homer that he will go to hell eventually before disappearing. Eventually, Homer eats the last donut and the devil appears again. Lisa convinces the devil to give Homer a fair trial, but first he must spend a day in hell. Homer is then punished by being force-fed all the donuts in the world until he goes insane. The family hires Lionel Hutz as Homer's defense attorney for the trial. The jury turns out to be a collection of infamous historical figures, including Richard Nixon, and Hutz makes a hasty exit when the devil offers proof of the deal. Homer is then about to be condemned to hell, but Marge presents a wedding photo with a declaration from Homer pledging his soul to her. The jury rules in Marge's favor and Homer is freed, but the devil retaliates by turning Homer's head into a donut, which Homer proceeds to eat in himself. A majority of Springfield's police await for him outside. Terror at 5.5 feet. Bart has a nightmare about his school bus crashing and being run over by a truck. Later, while on the bus going to school, he sees a gremlin attacking it. However, every time he tries to warn the others, they don't believe him. When he tells Otto about the gremlin, Otto mistakes his warning for Hans Moleman's car and knocks him off the road. Skinner tries to calm down his paranoia by closing the window shade, but Bart can't resist peeking out and spotting the gremlin. Skinner then tackles Bart and ties him up with Willie's rope. However, Bart convinces his seatmate Uda to free him and discovers that the gremlin is loosening the back tire. Using the bus's emergency flares, Bart opens the window and manages to knock the gremlin off. The gremlin then lands on Ned Flanders' car, and despite the gremlin's attempts to attack him, Flanders stops and picks it up. After the bus finally arrives at school, Skinner sends Bart to the new Bedlam home for the emotionally interesting. While there, the gremlin appears at the window of a truck and shows Bart the severed talking head of Flanders. Bart Simpson's Dracula. Wiggum destroys the museum's Egyptian wing thinking it's a mummy, but Lisa believes it's a vampire. The family then travels to Pennsylvania to have dinner with Burns at his mansion. Lisa is the only one who notices the obvious signs of Burns being a vampire. After Lisa spills the punch on herself and Bart, they discover Burns' vampire lair and investigate. As Lisa looks through Burns' autobiography, Yes, I Am a Vampire, Burns' vampire minions rise and advance on the two. The kids flee, but Bart stops when he sees a lever for a super happy fun slide. Knowing it's a trap, Bart pulls it anyway and slides back down into the lair, where a group of vampires are waiting for him. Lisa rushes back to the family to share what she discovered, but then Burns shows up with blood on his mouth and a bitten pale Bart who denies anything happening, which the family believes. Later that night, a vampire Bart appears at Lisa's window with other bitten children. The family intervenes and Bart turns into a bat and escapes. Lisa then suggests they need to kill the head vampire, Mr. Burns, to save Bart. The Simpsons return to Burns' castle and enter his lair. Homer accidentally hits Burns' crotch before driving a stake through his heart, killing him and getting fired in the process. The next morning at home, Grandpa claims to be a vampire and the rest of the family reveals they are all vampires too, with Marge as their leader. They bare their fangs at Lisa before turning to the audience and wishing them a happy Halloween in a closing shot that parodies a Charlie Brown Christmas. Overall, Treehouse of Horror 4 is a classic episode that showcases the Simpsons' signature blend of humor and horror, making it a must-watch for fans of the show. If you want to see 3 classic Marge Simpson episodes, then click this video right here.
Oh, but I'm so sweet and tasty.